Erasable pens? What is this madness? Greetings, people of the internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome to the underground laboratory where we create robots, aliens, zombies, and other imminent threats to humanity. Sometimes we take those to a finished product, and sometimes we just do some sketching. That's what we're going to do today because here's a story. I was watching a video by Holly Brown. Maybe you've seen her. She's been on the Artcasters, or you just know her from her extremely huge YouTube channel. But she was demonstrating an erasable pen. And I'm like, wow, man, because I remember way back in the days they used to have these, they were called eraser mates, and I forgot, probably Bic or something, and they were all right and everything, but I haven't seen those in a while. Maybe they still make them, maybe they don't, but these were a little different. These were FriXion pens, and so I'm watching this, I'm going, oh man, I gotta get some, and to my surprise, a couple days later, I get contacted by a company called ParKoo, and they make erasable pens, and they wanted to send me some to test out, and I'm like, well, send them my way. I want to test them out. So that's what we're going to do today. So I am waiting for those to get in the mail. Oh, that means we got mail. So that's probably them. So let's go to the Vaculux, the device where we get our mail through here in the underground layer. Let's check this out. All right. I'm guessing this is them. And here we go. Yes. So they sent me two different sets. There's a set of just black, and let's see how many. There's 6 pens in the black set. Well, I'll open these in a minute. And then a color set, like gel pens, and we've got 6 different colors in here. And yeah, I'm anxious to test these out because the benefit to sketching with pens, and a lot of people tell you you should sketch with pens. Well, one of the reasons is because you can't erase, and then you're not too precious with it. But sometimes you kind of want to erase, so that's what we're gonna try out. But yes, I mean, sometimes I do like the fact that with pens you can sketch really quickly, and it just seems real fluid and everything. So I like sketching with pens, but sometimes I would like that option to just erase. So that's where these come into play, and I'm anxious to test them out. Like I said, these are called FriXion pens, and the way they work is a little different than those old eraser mate pens. They work with heat. The eraser part, I don't know, I don't know exactly what it is, like plastic or something, but the friction of it when you rub it up against the pen, it erases it, which is really cool. And they have some other cool features that we can play around with. But yeah, let's get out the old sketchbook and let's try to do a little sketching with these ParKoo erasable pens. Let's test them out. Okay, so here are the pens. This is how they're packaged. And first, let's take a look at the black ones. I do most of my sketching. I do a lot of black and white stuff, so I don't usually. Well, I mean, I do some color stuff, but anyway. So your natural inclination is going to be to press down on there because it's retractable, but that doesn't really do anything. You have to actually press on the little, I don't know what you call that thing, the thing that fits in your pocket so you can store it in your shirt pocket. On the top, there's a little plastic tip. You have to take that off or you won't be able to write with it. So just discard that little thing. And yeah, so they just snap in and out. Now let's take a look at the colors. A little different packaging, just so you can see what different colors are in it. And of course you have, let's lay all the colors out. And these are different because these ones aren't retractable. They've just got a cap you just take off. But we've got, you know, the red one. And here we go, green, purple, blue, pink, and of course black. You get the black with the color pack too. So I don't know if they make other colors, but it would be cool if they did. There's, you know. But anyway, let's do some sketching. We'll start with a black and white sketch. Now, this is just my average everyday sketchbook. It's not special paper or anything like that. What is special about this is the ink. And basically what it is, it's a thermochromatic ink. And it's kind of the same stuff that they use. Have you ever seen those t-shirts that change colors with the heat and everything? It's that same principle, but it's just, you know, put into a pen. So anyway, I am going to do like I don't know what, like a robot, how about a robot T-Rex? So I'll just do a little sketch with this. Now, typically I sketch in pencil, so this is a little new to me, so you'll have to give me a little bit of slack on this one, but
I do want to start doing more pen sketching, because just like I said, it's a little smoother. Sometimes it's a little faster, and it's cool with these FriXion pens, because you can lay down gesture lines and things like that, and you can go back and erase those if you want and everything. But so far these are great. They feel just like regular pens, whereas like I was talking about before with the Erasermate, which I think I said Bic, but it's probably Papermate who made those, because Erasermate, Papermate, that makes sense. But anyway, so yeah, those were, sometimes they didn't lay down very good and everything, but these are totally different technology, and the old erasers on those were kind of like, they were black, but they were kind of like a regular, pink eraser. When you erase them, you get all the little debris from the eraser. These aren't like that. It's not like a regular eraser. It's just like, it's probably like a hard rubber, like really, really tough. And what it does when you go over your lines, and you'll see when I go through and I start, erasing some of these lines that I don't want, but you're just rubbing it back and forth, and it's the friction, and that's why they're called FriXion. But that creates heat, and that's what does the erasing. And the weird thing, now of course we're gonna have to play around with this and see if this really works, but the idea is that the ink is not gone. Once you erase it, it's actually still there, it's just invisible. So, but you can probably like bring it back, because when the friction creates heat, it disappears, but if it cools down, it could come back. So because of that, I mean, these are fun to play with and experiment with, but you're not gonna want to, do your homework with these pens and things like that. You're definitely not gonna use them for any kind of important legal documents or anything, or you don't want to sign checks with them or anything like that, because of that feature. They will disappear. But it allows us to do a lot of fun stuff. It's almost like disappearing ink, which I don't know if that's the same, if disappearing ink, if that might be the same technology. I don't know. I've seen different things like this in the past, but and there's all kinds of weird technologies. Crayola, a while back, they had something called, what was it called? Color Wonders. And they had special pens, but you had to use it on a special paper. It wouldn't write on anything but that paper. So it's always fun to play around with things like this. But this, to me, is something that I haven't seen in pen form before, not like this. So it's pretty cool, and it's going to allow me to do a lot of, I think, quicker sketching and things like that. It still doesn't have the feel, like, I still think I prefer to sketch in pencil, but if anyone does sketch in ink, I think this is the way to go. Of course, you just have to worry about, that heat. If you live in a place that's hot, like Arizona, or if you're in an underground lair that's deep inside an underground volcano, that might not be the best place, because if you leave this thing in your car in 120 or so degree Fahrenheit heat, it's probably going to go away. But again, what they say you can do is when you bring it back into the cold, it'll come back. So that's kind of a cool little feature. So there's a little black and white sketch of a robot riding a robot dinosaur, but let's try out some of the color pens. I'm going to draw a zombie here, just a zombie face, and give us a chance to test some different colors. So of course I like to make my zombies green, just like they're rotting or something like that. But I just go about it like I would any other sketch. I'll put in my little reference lines and everything, and then I can go back and I can erase those. I'm going to try to take advantage of most of the colors that come in this pack. Now, your color choices are a little bit limited, but they're standard pen colors. Red, blue, green. They throw in a few extras like the pink and the purple and everything. Other than red, not a lot of warm colors, no yellows or oranges that I'm aware of. So it might be nice to get a little wider variety, but I guess I could see me definitely doing more sketching with the black ones. The color ones are fun to mess around with. I don't know if I'll do a lot of sketching with the color ones, just because I would prefer to use markers. And it would be cool and I don't see why they couldn't do this, where a company, ParKoo or another company or somebody, wouldn't be able to take this type of ink and put it in a marker and maybe give us a little more variety. because there's a lot of cool, you know, techniques I think you can do just by subtracting that color with that eraser. And as you can see, as I sort of try to color in a little bit here, it's a little hard because they're very, you know, they're thin. They're made more, I think, for writing than trying to color in. So I'm going to do the best I can and add a little shading and play around with colors and a little bit of hatching and things like that to kind of get that point across. But what I do see me using these for are, if you've ever seen my comic videos where I show my comic process and or any kind of idea I'm trying to come up with, I do a lot of mind mapping. And what that is, that's where you kind of, it's a non-linear note taking where you start in the center with your main idea and then you sort of branch out, just kind of a spider web with all these other ideas. And it helps to have different colors. And a lot of times, I've started one of these and I've messed up, and then I'm like, just crumple it up and then start another one. Whereas this, I could just erase it, and you know, these aren't something I would hold on to. You know, I mean, some of them are, but like I said before, you kind of want to watch. You don't want to do anything you really want to keep, you know, long term, just in case, you know, we're going to find out if what they say happens is the color will come back, but you know, just in case it doesn't, you know, you might want to just be careful with that. But so anyway, you can see I'm playing a little around with the greens, and I'm adding just under the eyes. I'm going to do some purple. I've done around the kind of some pink with the lips, and I'll probably do some more pink with the brain. But this is where, you know, it'd be nice to have maybe a fatter marker that, you know, you could do a little more with, or a little wider variety of colors. But this is a good start, and it's definitely fun to mess around with. So a little bit about how this worked. We talked about what the technology was and everything that is friction based, but just to let you know, so once the temperature gets over 60 degrees Celsius or 140 Fahrenheit, that's going to start to make your drawing just disappear. So like I said, if you leave it in a hot car or whatever, if it's hot where you live, you may open your sketch and it might be gone. And maybe you do all your sketching in this and you put it in there, so if somebody like breaks in your car and wants to steal your sketchbook, they look and it's just empty. Or maybe they take it and want to do their own sketching, and as they're starting to sketch, your sketch starts coming back, you know. So, but there's a lot of fun stuff you could do with these markers, I think. And so I don't know, it would be cool if we could get a white gel pen. I use white gel pens for a lot of stuff. If you've seen my blueprint sketches that I do, I usually do white on like a blue paper. A lot of people don't do that. I know a lot of people use white gel pens for other things, to draw on colored paper. So it might be cool if we could get a white gel pen. So that's something that I would like in the near future. But I could see it would be really fun to do my original blueprint sketches in these erasable pens and then sell those, you know, kind of as a novelty and say, you know, this is erasable. Or maybe draw some of it in a regular white pen and other like secret elements in a disappearing white gel pen, erasable white gel pen. So then it does come back with heat. So you've sort of got, you know, a hidden drawing within a drawing. I think that would be really cool to play around with. Of course, I'm just, you know, I'm just imagining this since I haven't seen any you know, white gel pens. But you could do something similar with color. Of course, you know, I don't know, we can dream, can't we? But anyway, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go around this drawing, and like I said before, if we had a fatter version, this would be a lot easier. But then I kind of want to put, one thing I like to do with some of my drawings is I like to put a little white outline around them to kind of help them pop. So I'm going to see if I can do that with the eraser, you know. So we'll test that out. So I talked about the heat. Now, as far as if you want it to cool down, we're going to test it out when we see if we can put it in a freezer, see if we can get it to disappear and then come back. But if you want to make, you know, a drawing that has disappeared come back, what you want to do is you want to put it in, it's got to be negative 10 degrees Celsius or I think 50 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere around there. You probably don't need to know these numbers exactly, but just know that, you know, hot temperatures will make it go away, cold temperatures will make it go back. So, but yeah, this is a fun one. I'm kind of digging the way these things work.
All right, that is pretty cool. I love the effect that these pens have. I like the fact that they're friction based, that they work from heat, because that's science, and this is the underground laboratory. So why not do a little bit of experimentation? Let's put these things under pressure, or let's turn up the heat.
All right, so I made this little alien sketch. I didn't want to actually put the heat gun over my sketchbook just in case, but look at that. It's working, it's disappearing. I mean, this is a super hot gun, but yeah, it's so cool the way it does that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
All right, that is pretty cool. I mean, how many other pens can do that? I could just see doing secret messages and all kinds of things, but in order to do that, we have to be able to bring them back. Is that possible? Can we bring back something that we've just basically made disappear? We're gonna take this and we're gonna stick it in the freezer. We'll see if it'll come back. Let's check it out.
All right, here we go. We are gonna take that sketch, and a little bit came back already, but we're gonna see if we can get it to come all the way back, and through the magic of editing, there it is. This isn't some special effect. That is the actual drawing. Came back, pretty awesome.
Okay, needless to say, I'm having a lot of fun with these pens. I think you will too. If you want to get some of these pens, you can. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can check these out, as well as some other products that ParKoo puts out. But yeah, so go check these out. Again, the ones I'm testing out here are the erasable gel pens in 6 different colors, and a pack of 6 black and white, or not white. You know what? That'd be cool if they did have white. ParKoo, that's something you guys can work on. A white gel pen would be awesome, because I love my white gel pens. But anyway, yeah, I'm really happy with these. These are really fun, and yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with them. So if you want some, go check them out. Link in the description. I will see you guys later. That is all.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here in the Art Lab. There's a lot of other great content on the channel, so click that subscribe button and you won't miss a thing. If you're an aspiring evil genius, visit Serkworks.com for all your mad science supply needs. And if you want to contact me, hit me up in the comments section or follow me on social media. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you then.